Van Damme in Kickboxer. Like, dancing real badly. So I'm going to stop now. This is episode 17 of the Castle Keeper's Guide for Trollord Games. My hair's wet, by the way. Literally just stepped out of the shower. But I'm here for you people. And my face is wet. And did I even dry myself? Who knows? But I'm here for you people. We're doing the Castle Keeper's Guide. It is episode 17. That translates to about 25 hours into this piece. Now, this piece is a series of 12 maps going from Thorpe to Hamlets to Village, all the way up to a metropolis, and including a lot of military structures as well. A tower, a Motte and Bailey castle, and a greater fortification. So, 12 maps, we're doing them all on one canvas. You're here with this journey with me. And I want to thank you for joining me either on YouTube or here tonight. It's honestly really appreciated. I want to give a special thank out. It's a thank out. I'm doing a thank out to my Patreon supporters and my Twitch subscribers. It is because of you that I am able to keep expanding the channel. Every dime goes straight back into improving our Discord channel, which launches next week, or getting better cameras, you name it. So thank you. It's really truly appreciated. You make this channel. I wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't for you. So without further ado, let's jump into this. Now, we're working on the tower, the BROCH, and we were with Jack last night. We were doing like a little bit of a sort of just talky talk, and as we were talking, I was losing track of the perspective of the top here. You can see it. So that is where we're going to start tonight. I'm going to correct the perspectives here. It's like I'm actually just going to get a quick sketch layer going, which we can easily then delete. And you can hear my cat in the background, little shit he is. So, this inner wall does get closer to this wall. They kind of start to pinch here. But I actually think this is meant to stop here. Then this, potentially, is what comes out there like so. And then this kind of like just sort of wraps around, and then the perspective is a little bit clearer, and I feel like this is off. Maybe we should be cutting it away here. I don't know. And so it looks like they're merging, you know, and it's wrong. So we're gonna be fixing that. So that's where we're gonna start. That's normally I warm up. So I'm actually going to warm up by deleting some of the stuff I was sketching in last night. Then we'll get into the complex stuff up top. And I think it's going to be mainly these bricks. I put them in just because I wanted to see what it looked like. So just tidy that up a little bit. And then these stairs, they don't have stairs like this in a block. It's not a stone stairwell. It's actually wooden slats. So I'm gonna redraw this. Also, I got some pointers on this opening. I think the opening needs to be a couple of people wide because they actually have cattle in here, or they have like livestock. So they need to be able to fit that. But, and I don't think that we're too far off on this. This needs to be slightly lower than head height. They did that on purpose because if you were trying to get into this place, you've got to duck to get through, while you can actually be on the inside here, defending. So I kind of do want to show this as a main entrance, but I actually have an interest in slightly sloping it in. And I don't know if I'm biting off too much by doing that. So this is where we're going to start the stream. This is where we're going to start the actual work today. It's like if we were viewing this front on, a little bit more like that. And then we'll maybe put like a lintel on the top of it. See if we can get away with that. And then that will look, like if you look at it, it's going to look too low for this guy. I think I called him Bobby, the M4 guy. But he's going to have to duck to come in, and that's the way we want it. We want it to look like you got to do this. Hey, Alex Vixen and Green Lutoon. Hey, guys and girls. You missed the beginning, by the way. I'm going to be coming up here and we're redrawing some of the perspectives up there because they're all ass over tit. But meanwhile, I just want to do a quick alteration of this bit. And I want to see if I can get away with this. By the way, you two, I really want to thank you both. This whole block would not exist if it wasn't for you. And I want to recognize that, okay? A, I'd never heard of a block before. And then B, you know, suggesting a cutaway. Even if I had thought about it, which I wouldn't have, I would have talked myself out of it like that. I would have gone, no, I'm not doing it. So, this is exactly why I love drawing with my friends, and you are my friends. You give me ideas, and you stretch me. You cause me to go, you know, into, like, or reach for that bar a little bit higher. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. So thank you both. Hey, Night Heaven! Welcome aboard! Wargaming Weekend! Getting the cool kids coming in! We're starting off simple today, folks. We're altering the main entrance a little bit. In fact, do I have an example picture here? Hold on a sec. That's not what I wanted to show. Ooh, that had a good lintel on it though, and that doesn't actually show it very well. Actually, this one's actually pretty good. Let me show you this. This is a great resource. You see this is slightly sloping in. I actually should do bigger stones on the side here, shouldn't I? This is what I'm looking for. Is that right there. So let's make our stones a bit bigger. We could always redraw them later, but let's just go all out. How has everyone been? And how is it going with the Wargame Recon, folks? How's everyone doing this fine evening? Yeah, I don't know how to best do that. I'm going to ignore that for now. I'm going to pretend it doesn't exist. How deep would this be? Well, I guess it'd be a tunnel, right? It's a tunnel. It's a freaking tunnel. So I should feel free to actually... But it wouldn't go in the whole way like that, surely. I don't know how they would do the top. I actually don't have any engineering skill in this way. Oop, I just undid something. Let's take that in. So something like this is kind of where my head's at. We gotta do a lintel. That's what's missing here. We gotta do a lintel. A big lintel. Yeah, that's what was missing. That might be too low. I think that's too low. I mean, there's ducking and then there's freaking on your hands and knees. Damn it. Well, Night Heron, it's very much appreciated that you even check them out on YouTube. Just so everyone knows too, obviously I do have a social media guy now helping me out with a lot of things. Our YouTube channel is going to get a lot of love, but it's a little bit further out in the timeline. So right now I'm using YouTube to kind of back up these videos, because Twitch, unless you're at like 70 viewers per session, will delete your videos after 5 days. So that's unfortunate, but it's reality of things. So right now, Facebook, YouTube, I'm kind of just backing the videos up so we don't lose them. But we will be visiting the YouTube channel, getting an editor on board, making things look really snazzy. I feel like I need to make this taller. I'm going to make this thing taller. This feels wrong to me. But I really, really, really appreciate all of your love. I appreciate you watching my stuff wherever you find it. But I guess Green Loon Tune, I think that's got to be the social media just working out a little bit, right? We're beginning to reach a broader audience. Was it you that told me a long time ago to get my ass on Twitter? Was it you? Someone in my stream was telling me. Now this may be too tall, but yeah, Pex has been doing an outstanding job. And I have a proper presence now on Twitter. Alright, now if we did a big lintel here, let's delete this bit. We did a nice honking lintel. Something like this, and then we go nice big fat stones in here. So like that, and there wouldn't be any on the other side there. There's more like that, and so it kind of is coming that way. That's part of the cutout, and that would come through like this. That's part of the cutout. This zooms out apparently with just a couple of pen strokes. This comes down like so. So it would be more like that. That's getting into the hemisphere of what I'm looking for. And I'm going to leave it like that. I'm not going to get sort of too caught up in the details. We have to come back into these locations and start drawing little tiny bricks in the walls and stuff. So I just want to get the core stuff in. I want to get our steps in place. And part of that is this monstrosity at the top. This is wrong. I started to lose track of these multiple walls. What is Jack up to tonight? Well, Jack, God damn it, people. I know you all love him, but let me have my moment without him. No, seriously. So Jack is working out right now, and then I think he might be playing Skyrim. He's going to play a little bit of Skyrim. He's kind of like got a whole bunch of mods and stuff installed occasionally, like once or twice a week he fires it up. And he was talking about playing Skyrim tonight. So I suspect he's going to pour himself like a little bourbon, sit himself down, and get himself into Skyrim. That's what I think he's going to be doing. Marlin's girl, thank you. This is my first time ever doing a cutaway, by the way. So we're figuring this shit out together. There's some things working, there's some things that aren't working, there's some things that I have to redraw, but we'll get it. And it will be good, and it's going to be fully coloured, and it's going to have the fading level of detail. We're going to get all of those details in there, because that's what we do on this channel. We're going to have every single freaking brick in the wall. But in the meantime, I've got to sort out the perspective at the top, because it's all over the place. Yeah, so the plan is, every Monday, we're going to have Jack on. And we'll talk about gaming and stuff, and we'll just let it wander, right? And then I think the plan is going to be every Wednesday I'll have a different guest on. Like we're going to have Stephen Chenault from Trollord Games. We'll have him on while I'm drawing his map, and we'll get to do a Q&A with Stephen. And so we're going to do that. We're going to have a different guest, I think, every Wednesday. Not tomorrow though. What day is it today? Is it Wednesday today? Is it Tuesday today? Tuesday? I think it's Tuesday. Yep, so there's no guest right now. We've got to kind of build up like who we want to bring on the show. And then I think that'll be good, right? It'll be like Jack, me, guest, me. I think that'll be a good pace. Alright, so let's get this perspective like dialed in here. And I'm kind of looking at this for a level of inspiration, okay? Like I can see that this inner wall I think stops short of this wall. So I kind of, and there's actually like a little sort of walkway here. They've got like a little wooden board at the top. So that's a kind of the thing that I'm taking a look at. It's just I drew this on a completely different angle. But I feel like this outer wall, I should be like, I don't know, cutting it away here or something. I feel like I've got my cuts all wrong. And I should be like, I know this may mean I've got to redraw something down here, or do I bring my outer wall up somewhere along the line? And you can see I've got so many circles. Somewhere along the line I started inking in the wrong stuff, without a doubt. I like what I did here though on this inner circle. I like this little trestle affair, so I kind of want to keep that, but I've got to redraw these outer walls. That's the bottom line. Green Loontoon, so you've been told by Cave Geek that you should start a Twitch channel. I'm not going to argue against that. I think it's really what you want to get out of it, and when are you going to do it, and how often. It's not easy. Cave Geek, to him, it is easy, because he just likes, getting in front of a camera, slapping out his skin, literally, his hide, and like etching on it and just chilling and hanging and doing this. But he does that every day, and because he loves it, and he'll just play games and do it. It's like that's what he wants to do. He always wants to be in front of the camera, hanging out with his friends. If you're not doing that, then there's effort. There's effort because you're performing. You literally have to turn it on. It's like you're GMing, right? And you can't GM if you're bored. So it's like you got to turn it on. It's like you got to flick that switch. And that honestly takes effort. Like I had a hard day at work today. And normally I would be like, I'm just going to fire up a computer game and drink myself silly. But no, you've got to get this energy, sit with your friends, fire it all up, fire the software up. And also there's a little bit of work in just getting the cameras and the software and everything all configured and all working. You don't have to do all of that. You can make it really simple if you just want to hang. But it's honestly, it's got to come from you. Do you want to like be drawing and creating maps and hanging out with friends? That's a good reason. Do you want to maybe try and build a little bit of a channel because you want it to become a little bit of a revenue stream? Maybe not a great reason. There's not that much money in it, if anything, unless you like got thousands of people watching you at a time. So I think it's got to be what you're trying to get out of it, and maybe you just do it a little bit, maybe once or twice a week or something. A responsibility. Actually, Jonathan, that's a great way of phrasing it. It's a responsibility. Yes. It becomes a, no, I need to do this. Alright, so how am I going to fix this thing? Because this outer wall, I think, should be a little taller. Now, we can move our guys and stuff. I'm not sort of too... We can move our roof. We could probably move all of this and cinch it up. But ultimately, this inner wall is meant to be a little bit lower than this outer wall. I screwed up with that. And then, our outer wall, if I just... like get on the sketch layer here, our outer wall is actually meant to, is that actually drawing? There we go. It's because I've got, look at this, I've got all of this shit here. Let's clear some of this up. Alright, let's get rid of all of this. We don't need that. Let's get rid of this. Alright. Alright, so I think my problem here is this outer wall is going to actually come up here. And then, if anything, should do this. And then kind of come around like so. So it's absolutely taller than this. And this would do that. So this is kind of more like what it should be doing. The circle's wrong on that, but you get the idea. And then here, it should come up to a similar height. I'm going to have to move the guards up. And then again, it snakes around the back here, like so. And that, I think, would... something... Actually, maybe even like this. That would correct. I think that would correct the ratio, which is off. Ratio? Is that the word I'm looking for? And then this inner wall is wrapping around the inside. That's what I need. I need to bring that outer wall up. And the only people I actually care about here is actually those soldiers. So I'm gonna... Although this guy could stay here. No... Could he stay here, like, on this little walkway? Yeah, I think he could. And then this guy, I'll just plop him on top of the higher level. Or maybe I'll move him. Yeah, let's move this guy. Let's move him. Yeah, Wargaming Recon, you're a beast there, man. I mean, you're a robot. But you're surfacing exactly what's involved, right? You have a hard day at work, tough, you gotta do it. You really, just want to sit and veg? Tough, you gotta do it. Well, GL, I mean, if you did your own podcast for 4 years, honestly, it's the same sort of thing. If anything, maybe even easier, depending on what you want to get out of it. Alright, let's move this guy. Is he on that layer? He is on that layer. Okay. Go on, Wickelfeld. Do I move both of you? Am I going to move both of you? I kind of like you behind the wall. I'm going to leave you there. I'm going to move you, though. I'm sorry, mister. Come on, let's go. Alright. Come over there. You stay there for a while. This, by the way, is what I love about doing things digitally. Like, what you're seeing here, I used to draw like this on paper, like, all of the time. Just a nice Copic, I think, ink pen, super fine point. You get results exactly like this. I draw in exactly the same way. But you can't take back mistakes. Here, I can. And I love that. I love that power. I love that freedom. Alright, so this lower section, let's redo this. Let's redo this. And I actually think, because it's screwing me up, I'm actually just going to delete this for now. We're obviously going to have to redraw it back in. But I think that's what's partly screwing me up. It's like I'm seeing things that shouldn't be there. So let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of this. And then, yeah, strictly speaking, this is a lower area, but no, it's got to come off that, so we're going to get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. This is Fred. I'm just going to leave Fred right there until we decide what we're doing with him. And we might even move him to the front and actually give him some legs. Who knows? Who knows? So that's got to go. So that's going to come up. That's going to come up. $15 or 16 years wargaming? Really? You've been on it that long? I had no idea, man. That's a long time. Okay, so What do I want to do here? What do I want to do here? So let's just concentrate on the outer wall and getting this right. If we bring the outer wall up to this sort of... Oh, I've got this on. I want to get a brush. If we bring this up to, like, this height... There we go. Okay. And that means we're kind of in this. Is this high to low? And then let's get rid of this. Oh, well, thank you, but no, go away. I guess let's draw a circle around this and let's see how it's looking. Is that gonna feel right? Is that gonna feel right? I feel like that might be... No, that's about right. Well, let's draw it and see how she looks. Come on. Let's give that a little bit of a black stroke here. You see, that's lining up with the walls actually real nice. I think that was the right angle. No, it shouldn't be lining up with the inner walls. God damn it. It's like I should have just concentrated on the outer walls, period. But I feel like it should have been fatter, you know? I feel like it should have been fatter. Alright, it should have been. Let's bring that bad boy out. Yeah, because we're doing the outer wall here, so it's more like that, isn't it? Fuck, maybe even more. Maybe even more. Yeah, something like that, I think. Oh, give myself a little bit of a layer. And then let's deselect. I think it's like that. I think that's our outer wall. I think that fixes the perspective issue we had. So if we actually do... And it's part of my problem that it's almost like the inner wall, I've pulled it forward. Yeah, maybe. Maybe the inner wall, I should be ending it soon, like maybe, I don't know, here or something. Actually, Wargame, I don't take that the wrong way at all. I really appreciate that. I mean, you can hear we just got some mellow, royalty-free music going on in the background here. Actually, a lot of the time, we get other artists just joining in and they're working on their projects. I'm working on my project. And we just chill. We just chill. I really appreciate you and Night Heron both liking it, because this is what it's about. It's like you could be there, you could be doing something else, right? Whether you're reading or you're like playing a game. Jack actually obviously plays a game a lot of the time with the stream going in the background. We just mellow. Honestly, it's good for me too. You know, I had a bit of a crap day today. It was a tough day at work. I was like 8 hours in meetings and stuff. I came out feeling pretty beat up. Chilling with you, just doing this. It's awesome. I'm going with this. I'm kind of going with this. I'm feeling this. I just don't know what I'm going to do with my inner wall, but I feel like I've drawn it wrong. My inner wall is off. Like, I've pulled the inner wall forward. I feel like it should be further back up here. So we may have to do some redrawing of the inner wall once we've got this little sucker done. So I'm gonna get rid of this, because I'm okay with that line. We'll thicken the line up a little bit, but we'll start there. Let's get rid of you. Back here. Yeah, something like this. Something like that. This guy, we are gonna... I think we might move him a little bit. But let's get our walls and everything drawn, and then we can make a decision on that. So, let's get our next wall in here. Like, right here. I think that's partly what's missing here, is this sense. Let's get that wall in. I never should have drawn this wall up the top here before we had this one dialed in. That's the bottom line. But we figured this shit out together, right? Honestly, drawing this, I'm actually really liking it. I'm really liking the direction it's pointing in. I think it's going to be beautiful when it's finished. It's going to be a struggle to get there, but it's going to be worth it. And unless you do it, you don't get better, right? This is my first one. We're going to... And who knows? Maybe we'll do more. Maybe it'll encourage me to do a lot more sort of cutaway stuff. Night Heaven is usually drawing, painting, or world building while watching. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Like artists, and authors, and creative types, just all hanging together. We become like a little bit of an artist commune, right? Creative commune. Love the inking on the foundation. Has nice shapes to it. Aesthetically pleasing. Thank you. Thank you. It's gonna get nothing but better. So, Green Lantern, what is your podcast about, if you don't mind me asking? So what we're going to do, another part of being able to draw digitally is I can just steal a layer, and then we're going to resize that guy. Because it has all of the right angles to it. And then we're going to draw over this. This just makes it... see, I love it. I love those lines. That's perfect. This guy is standing in completely the wrong area, though. Yeah, and this area, I know is bulging out a little bit, but we'll fix that. We'll fix that. Okay. So with that one done... So that's good, that's good, that's good. Let's get rid of it here because it then drops behind the roof. Let's get rid of all of this. And then something like that. Yep, so... Frank, you gotta get moved, son. I think we could maybe move Frank up a little bit so it looks like he's standing on the top of the wall. Yeah, Frank, you wanna get repositioned here or what? I'll tell you what, Frank. I like the job you're doing quite a bit. Why don't you take a little bit of time off? Just come over there and we will come back to you, my friend. I'm gonna actually just do a little bit of cleanup on the sketch because if it's breaking my brain, I know it must be breaking your brain. Am I on the sketch here? Oh, wait. Come on. Thank you. There we. Ah, really? Is that what you were gonna do? Why is my eraser not working? So let's get rid of this. Just clean things up a little bit. Get a sense of things here. We're gonna add trees and stuff in the background. It's gonna look pretty. All right. Let's get rid of you guys. And I'm gonna just actually get rid of this too. We'll come back to this. I kind of know what I'm trying to do. I'm going to leave the grey in underneath because we can see that I want to do some supports in there. Alright, so I'm going to leave my circles in here. So that's generally our top. That's generally our top. I think and you know what? If we got to redraw the middle or the inside, then we've got to redraw the inside. That's just the way of it. I'm not gonna lose sleep over that. So I think part of our problem that we have going on with this is I was told today that I'm not gonna do it on this. I'm gonna actually do it on this layer. I was told today that this in a wall actually gets a lot narrower at the top to this. I think that's our first problem. I've kept them quite far apart, and I don't think we need to. The other thing is, I actually think that we should be up here with the join like this, but drawn better. And I actually think that this wall, I'm gonna get rid of this here. I think this is all wrong. And actually, you know, and I think we are going to have to delete that. I think potentially, maybe it doesn't have to be quite so much. Actually going to just quickly rotate this sucker. I think it narrows a lot. Now we'll fix, you know, sections like that. I'm not sort of too arsed about this. And if I bring up that little example that we were referencing, it's quite narrow at the top. This is a more aggressive cutaway too. It's almost like they took, it's almost like a flat, and then they even cinched it back a little bit. Which maybe would have been a better way to do this. But hey, you know, in for a penny, in for a pound. So if we're doing that, then I actually do need to delete this. And you know, it's a shame, but we're gonna delete this too. We're just gonna do it. That's ugly as sin, but okay, that's fine. It can be cleaned up later. We're basically sketching right now. Oh, way too aggressive. Way too aggressive. So, I see, yeah. So if we did this, so that would, this is what's messing me up. So we do that, it actually, it's more like this. It's more like that, I think. And then, so that it's circling on there, and then it's circling here. And then you got the roof that's sitting on top of it, like so. Is that right? Maybe this was too steep. I think that's better. I think that's better. I think that's what we gotta do. We've gotta now apply that to the other side. And yeah, there's a little bit of redrawing, but it's actually not that bad. In fact, if anything, I could have that walkway just be a little bit lower down, like so. And we could still get our little sort of, you know, sticky outy thing as a technical term. Like so. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't know what you boys and girls think, but I think that kind of corrects some of the perspective issues that we were having. And we've got to do something similar here. So this is going to get shaved away. This has got to go. This has got to go. So if we get this the right height here. And then, so this is, actually this is coming up pretty narrow nicely, so let's drag this guy here. Hey, Wargaming, very much appreciated. Very, very, very much appreciated. I think we're getting there, right? I think we're getting there. It's a struggle, but like I say, I don't tend to do this type of map like ever. It's GL that put me up to it. I gotta be honest with you though, I actually started thinking about doing the Martin Bailey Castle and the fortified military camp. Yeah, maybe the fortified military camp. Definitely the Martin Bailey Castle and the castle. Not cutaway, but isometric. I really think that drawing a castle, not even fully isometric, more, you know, just maybe a little bit of an angle, like bird's eye view. That could be a great way to show different tower heights and stuff. But I don't know if I want to bite that off, but it could look sexy. Alright, so what sort of width are we looking at here? What sort of width? Like here, 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 here? Three-quarter view, is that what it's called? Wow, I cannot get a line going here. What's going on? Let's set this on a slightly different angle. You know what's happening is my pen is registering the palm of my hand as screen input, and it's lifting my pen off the paper despite me wearing this glove. I even bought a brand new glove, so now I'm going to wear two gloves. I'm going to wear 2 gloves to try and stop that input from happening. It makes me honestly wonder about Wacom in general, and if they've actually fixed that in more modern ones. Or if Huon, which are cheaper, has actually fixed it. Yeah, that's a little bulgy. I think we'll just like thin that out a little bit. But that type of thing is where we're shooting for here. Yeah, more like that. Oh, just shave you in just a speck. Alright, let's just check some of the line heights and positions. So that's good, but this I feel is a little shy, so let's get that fixed. Oh, you thought this was for carpal tunnel? I could see that. No, it's to stop the input from the hand on the screen, because I don't know if you can actually see that at all, but it's a big huge Wacom tablet. It's basically a monitor. It's a 24-inch across, you know. It's literally it's this freaking big, and it lies flat, and so I can get on it like I'm leaning on paper. The problem is it goes, oh, is that where your pen's at? I just go, no, that's literally the palm of my hand. What are you doing? Little bulbous. Yeah, I feel like that's wrong, but I feel like it's curving out too much. Just like more than that one. And I can't explain why I feel that, but I definitely feel like it's an arc, and this one's a lot straighter. I feel like we could just straighten up the backbone of it just a little bit. Maybe part of the problem is down here. And here. Maybe I'm forcing that angle a little bit too much. So then this, oh, let's get rid of our ruler here because it interferes with the drawing. And then, so that's going to come around like that. that's going to come underneath the roof like so. It's going to be like so. Yeah, okay, I think that's better. I think that's better. And we've still got our little walkway in here. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it. Wargaming Recognize, when it comes to Photoshop, this is Photoshop, right? Yes, I use Photoshop. I know nothing. Oh, okay. That conversation took a turn. Is there a way to mirror what was done? Actually, yes. No, 100%. Yes. There is actually a symmetry tool, and it looks like this little butterfly right here. And, like, I could do a vertical thing. So then, whatever I'm drawing, in fact, I've got it, it's that blue line is it. So whatever I'm drawing is getting copied on the other side. So the answer is yes, 100%. Why didn't I use it? I don't know. I actually thought about it, and I, honest to God, it was 20 minutes ago, gonna literally mention I should have used a symmetry tool. And I think it's because I've never done this style before. And I wasn't sure how I was going to approach it. And there are parts that aren't symmetrical, but I wasn't sure how I was going to approach it. And honestly, I think part, if I'm going to be fair, I love the symmetry tool, by the way. I have used it. But my style is imperfect. If you look at the things that I've done here, they look hand-drawn, right? They don't look like they've been done on a machine. They're not copied. They're not precise. There's a certain imperfection to what I do. Even if it's just like the lines are a little jaggy, like the building isn't quite lined up, you know? And I think that slight imperfection is what makes my stuff look like it's hand-drawn, you know? And I kind of like that about my maps. I like that quality in my maps. It feels real. It has that human quality. It's almost imperceptible sometimes. And so here, the reason why I didn't go for the symmetry tool, even though I think I should have in this instance, is I was like, it might feel too artificial. It might feel a little bit too precise. But I think it would have been a great application in this particular instance. In hindsight, I think it would have been a great way to do it. If I was to do this type of thing again, and I'm sure we will, I'm probably going to break out the symmetry tool quicker. It's long answer. Alright, so we do have this wall is just a... That feels like I just made my brush like really huge. Why did I do that? I don't know. Let's make it smaller. Yeah, I wonder what... Yeah, anyway. I'm gonna just... So it feels... Oh, that's not gonna be good. Let's make you smaller. Alright, let's move our guys back, I think. Oh. Okay, so we got our thing here, but I suppose, like in the drawings, where's that drawing? Like here, this, hey, that's a real thick roof. It's a lot thicker than I was expecting it to be, actually. Maybe I should be doing a lot thicker of a roof. What is that? Is that X-Vixen still around? What is this? Is that solid wood? Is it... Oh, is it just like, I guess, wicker? Is it daub? I mean, is it daub? Did they daub over the wicker here? Because that's like the full width of the wall. And then they've got this little walkway here. Okay, I think I need to emulate something like that. Because if we're going to do that, I really need to get rid of this. We're going to approach this a little bit differently. And we'll come to that in a second. Alright. What's the best way of doing this? Do I literally just... what is the best way of me doing this? New layer for starters, in case I screw something up. It did look like it did look like Doob. No, it did look a little bit like Daub, didn't it? Is it Daub? Daub? So if I'm strictly speaking going to do this properly, then that would actually come down to here, and that is coming up to here. So strictly speaking, if we get our inking here, we get rid of you, we get rid of you, and all of you. And yeah, we'll come to the inside in a second, because we're going to do wicker there. But all of this needs to go. That needs to go, because this is a cutaway of the roof, which means then we get rid of this. And then at the point where you can't see the other side, I guess would be about here. I mean, do we like do from there? Like part of the curve, just like, and like it's circling around here. So if we're doing a cutaway of the roof, and it starts to look like this, huh? So yeah, then I guess the question is it daubed? That will be something we have to kind of figure out for the colouring section. And Alex Vixen did actually send me a great link, and it had all sorts of information on the construction of these things, so I should probably just reference that. Jonathan, thank you very much for your positive reinforcements. Very, very, very much appreciated. It's night and day compared to where we were at, right, with this thing. And then what they've got is there's actually like a little walkway here. So here and here. Do they go into both sides? Yeah, they do. Okay, so they actually have That looks so much better. I'm actually going to get rid of a lot of the guides here. Hold on a sec. It's this one. Let's just do a quick clean up in this section. I think we can get rid of this. I think we can get rid of them. Let's get on our sketch. Let's get rid of these. And probably can get rid of that. I think that's much better. And then the top, the top is brick, right? So I think it's brick. So we will definitely be, because that is visible and it's not a cutaway, this gets brick effect, this gets brick effect, this gets cutaway effect, which is completely different. So let's get rid of you here. I'm going to leave some of the perspective lines, I think, on here, but I'm going to get rid of them in the cutaway view, because I want to use them as guides. Let's get rid of you. And we can do it here as well. Looks much better. It looks much better. Let's clear this up. I'm not getting too hung up on this, but I think we're satisfied with generally that bit. You know, I actually love getting rid of things like sketch lines and stuff, because it just starts to come alive. You just start to see the details start to bleed out. Did I delete something I shouldn't have deleted there? Maybe. Who knows? Let's just keep forging on. Should probably actually put the perspective lines and the sketch on the same thing, because it's basically doing the same thing. In fact, let's do it. Make clean up a little bit easier. And I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, and I think I'm generally okay with this. This. What am I doing here? I don't know what I'm doing there. I think that's a post. I think that's a post. So we're gonna leave them. All right, we know we've got to do stairs next, so we'll get back to that. Let's give Mr. Amphora guy a little bit of a clean up. Okay, I think. Yeah. Okay. That's not looking too shabby. That's not looking too shabby. I haven't hit save once tonight. Let's correct that, because that would be a disaster. Hey, Noble Dwarves here! Fade Knights! I like that. I like that. That sounds like something out of Hellraiser. There's actually an exclamation save command that you can type in the chat, and it's how everyone reminds me to save because I get distracted. I should probably actually have Photoshop on auto save. Jesus Christ, but don't do it now! I wasn't expecting that! Jesus! That scared me! Who did that? Green Lantern, of course it was. But yeah, that's why that command actually exists, by the way, because I keep forgetting to hit save. I get so involved, you know, I really get into this and I start to lose track of time, but before you know it, once we had a crash. Now that's once in a year and a half of Twitch streaming, but it was sad. It was a sad day. I lost some work. Okay, so let's move our guys back. These two have been waiting diligently in the wings. I'm actually going to put them on their own layer here. Look. There we go. Just so we can play around with them a little bit. Now there is like a narrow walkway in between the two, but I'm actually going to put them up, I think, on the wall here. Because you see this, and this has been a great inspiration for me. Like, these guys look, like, this guy maybe looks like he's standing on the board, right? This guy looks like he's standing on the wall itself, because he's got balls. So I think we're going to do something similar. By the way, is this wood? Like, what is this coming through on the wall here? What up with that? Oh, I should do someone going up the stairs just like that. What? Wargaming Recon is getting an error message? Like a Twitch error message? Twitch is like that. I've had that too. Mischief gets it all of the freaking time. I have seen, though, there was a castle that we went to in Cyprus, thank you, darling, where it did have wood inserted between the bricks. It was almost like a weird mortar type effect. In fact, it was a monastery. A monastery did it. And I couldn't get my head wrapped around it at all. I didn't know what function it was serving. Cheers, everyone, anyway. It's one of those things where I know a reasonable amount of castles. I grew up with castles. I don't know that much about their actual construction. Anyway, this guy. That would look like he's standing on the walkway. I'm going to redraw a lot of this guy's shield and shit, by the way. I just wanted to get something for perspective. Do I actually just put him on this side like this? Am I being a little sassy dude? Do I put him with his mate up here? Like maybe here. Because then it looks like pointing guy is actually talking to him. What is that other curve? Oh, I did that in the inking layer. Are these those are my guys. I'm going to actually move them up here. I'm going to actually grab all of these layers and I'm going to merge them. There we go. It'll make it easier for cleaning up. He's daring his buddy to jump. Go on then. You said you were going to do it. Tucking him here. And I definitely, we've got some cleaning up here to do, guys. I acknowledge that. In fact, let me just relabel this to soldiers. Because that way I won't mix them up. But what I'm thinking about is we definitely do have a little bit of cleanup right here. But I don't want to get sort of too anal with that just yet. Spent all of this time just standing this in. I think you have a little bit going on there, don't you? Yeah, you do. Alright, I'll come back to you. And this is my ink. I feel like what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do this for now, because we've just got to get those to line up. Yeah, lots and lots of ink to just tweak. Okay, so... By the way, if you are a good Photoshop user, you don't delete anything. You mask and you do all that shit. Well, I'm not a good Photoshop user. I'm a functional Photoshop user, and I delete all of the time. It's called high-risk mapping. We don't retreat. We don't save. We don't back up. We don't mask. We get erasers this big and we just start deleting. That's the way we work. Alright, I just hit save, but you get the idea. What's the, okay, so wooden slat stairs have a hidden security purpose. Breaking out the stairs? Is that what we're doing? Yeah, I think they look good. I think they look good. I'm definitely going to redraw his shield. It's bothering me a little bit. I mean, it shouldn't. That's the print scale. But it is bugging me a little bit. It looks so darling. Look at that thing. This is so fun. It's taken way longer than I expected it to, but it's so much fun. Oh, wooden stairs creaked like a bitch. Okay, okay, okay. So if you're like one of these guys up the top here and you hear creaking coming up, you're alerted. Okay, that makes sense. I like that. And what we're gonna have to do is change that layer name. Oh, still got that going on. Let's get a brush down. Probably shouldn't draw in the ink. Hold on a sec. Let's get a new layer for this. It's probably a little on the steep side for our Wickle fellas. Put them a little closer together. Something like this is what I'm thinking about. Hey, Magnificent Bex! Welcome, 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 Bex. Sorry I couldn't connect with you, by the way, towards the latter part of today. I'm blaming you. Something like this. Something like this. I think we're gonna get ready for dialing in the final details on this tomorrow. What is I guess that's a little sort of alleyway type of thing back here. I don't like the perspectives on this, but and the palisade, I'm not gonna have it so close, by the way. I'm thinking about like having the palisade like down here. That's what I'm thinking about doing. It's too close to the tower otherwise. And then so I guess that is kind of like I don't know what's going on there. I'm gonna ignore it. If in doubt, ignore it. Hey, Miss J! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, we spent a good chunk of the first part redrawing the top of the block because all of the it was all wrong. It was like completely wrong. A lot of my ink work needs to be tidied up a little bit, but I was really just focusing on trying to get the perspectives right, and I think it's there now. So now I'm kind of like penciling in some of the additional details that this thing needs. And also removing some things. So it's been a lot of redrawing this episode, but I think that net result is getting there. It's definitely getting there. Fire pole off the top is right down to the bottom where the pigs are kept. Evening, boys, and you shuffle on out. Yeah. So, what are we doing here? I think we're drawing pillars. That's what we're doing here. How have you been, Miss J, darling? Let's actually take those two back, because I'm drawing over my people. I don't want to draw over my peeps. We're gonna draw like a pen and a moo cow and shit down here, by the way. A moo cow or some pigs or something, but I'm thinking moo cow. Okay, stop drawing. Stop drawing that. Oh, Alex Fiction, you're right. I did forget, didn't I? I wonder if I can do something about that right now. Can I actually make someone a moderator just with a command? Ooh, nearest neighbor 500 meters away? That's nice. That's nice. Wargaming Recon, you need a little bell. Ding, 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 ding. And then hopefully someone in your family comes running up and you go, ice cream. That's why I've got Jack. 1,500 meters. Feet. Click on the name and there should be a button or type mod, then a name. I can make her an editor, but it doesn't... Oh, no, there you go. There you go, she's back. She's back. Thank you, Alex Vixen. It's very much appreciated. Just even you telling me that I forgot to do that. And then I'm actually gonna... I wanna bring up another one, right? Here. Alex Vixen smiles at the image of a tree frog scattershot catapult. What the hell? Miss J, who are you talking to? Did you have a resort of everything recently? Part of the revamp? Oh, you might be talking... so if you are talking to me, you don't even have to sort of say what you've seen. I'm going to say yes. And it's a magnificent Pex there that you can thank for that. He is overhauling all my shit. I'm going to leave those for now. I'm not going to get too hung up on There's a little bit of a reimagining going of this channel. Every channel. And our darling Pex is to thank for that. I haven't actually seen what he's done in Twitch, but his fingers are in everything right now. Which really does leave me wondering what the hell to do with that. Really does. Okay, and I'm looking at this diagram here. It literally does have the outer wall doing that, but the inner wall would still continue here. It's like, so if this is a cutaway, that's where I feel like this inner wall at the bottom here is slightly wrong. I feel like the angle here is too sharp. think it needs to be more like this, but I don't know where this is going. Like, I literally don't know where this is going. I have more understanding of that than I do this, and I think it's the shortness of this wall. It's breaking my freaking brain. I should never have drawn a room like this. Like, what is this doing? I mean, it's... I guess maybe this is just not thick enough at the bottom here. This goes back to Wargaming Recon's idea of using a symmetry tool. If we bring it out more like that. And we do that. Still not 100% what this is doing. I mean, I guess it's wrapping around, but... For now, I'm going to leave it like that. Fuck it. I think that this is pretty on point. This is not looking too bad. I think we're going to be getting into some details. I think we're getting pretty close to that point. I suppose I should ask myself the question, what weight of brush do I want to do this with? I think we're ready to start laying in some love. I think we're getting pretty close. I think we're getting pretty close. Planks, nails, bricks in the walls. I think we're there. I think we're there. A little bit of a cleanup of some of the ink work. That will come as we're working our way through this. Let's hit save. I'm actually liking it. And with the inked in details and the colouring, this thing's gonna pop off the freaking map. Still not really sure about here. I literally just hit save. In my defense, I did hit save. I might redraw this section, by the way, to remove this weirdness over here. I think that's what maybe is needed. I'm actually thinking about doing one entry and one room here. I think that will just clean up some of the oddity. If anything, we're going to do that. Noble, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Very, very, very appreciated. A kissing corner. A latrine, where the kitties and the puppies nap. Magnificent Pecs, stop it. Miss J, something exciting. I pulled everything out of my van this morning so I could have a dig in the basement for a yawn. And while I was there, I had a look at the library too and found a notebook I thought I'd left in storage. Aww, with a rough sketch map of a coastal canyon settlement. Nice. I drew about 6 or 7 years ago. That's so cool. That's so cool. I'd love to see it. Maybe take a photograph or something or share it. Are you going to redraw it? So Wargaming Recon, the thing about the BROCH is they actually did have rooms around the outside like this. I forget what their exact name was, but they would do things in there, whether it be a storage room or like a living room, a sleeping room. I mean, they had these rooms going off. So yeah, I do think I am actually going to move that. I think that will clean up this entire area. Like I having two entries. I like the angle of this entry, but it's like this looks too small here. It looks too squeezed in, you know, having two. So I think we'll do one. We'll do one in the middle, so we can have a nice wall here. We'll have a nice thicker wall here, and it will look more natural. It will look easier on the eye. And that area looks loose. You can see where I've just been like sketching and shit. So that will actually clean up that area as well. And that'll be good. I think we'll do that. Well, how long have we been streaming here? About an hour and 30. Okay. So we'll do that tomorrow. We'll do that tomorrow. And then we're ready for bricking. This thing is ready for bricking. That plank of wood is pretty humongous, but we'll also clean up things like that. I'm actually just really in the mood for drawing bricks. Well, I guess it's not bricks. It's not bricks. It's like they have these piles of stone. They're flat stones. I'm kind of in the mood for doing that. And of course, getting some hanging meats and things off the rafters here. Getting the extra sort of braces in here. Getting a fireplace and everything drawn in here. I forget what was on the floor above, but there's something on the floor above too. But just getting all of that love dialed in. I think we're there. I think our shape is in. Once we get that done. Cute brick house by the Commodores. Maybe we'll even play it if we're in a segment where we don't mind being muted. Alright, so this has been the Castle Keeper's Guide, episode 17, I believe, if memory serves, for Trollord Games. This is a series of 12 maps going from a thorp all the way up to a metropolis with some military buildings sprinkled into the middle of it. It's a fun project. We're doing it on one canvas because, hell, why not? We have been drawing a little cutaway of the tower. And I think for all of the wrestling that we've been doing with it, it's finally submitting to our will, and I think it's getting ready. It's getting ready for some serious fading, detailing, loving, without a doubt. I want to thank you for hanging out with me tonight. I really do appreciate it, and I really mean it from the bottom of my heart. I also want to give a special thank out to my Twitch subscribers and my Patreon followers. Your love, your generosity is very much appreciated. Every single dime comes right back here into the channel. We're putting it into Discord, more on that in a moment. We put it into software, we put it into cameras. It just makes the channel go better every single time. Your support is everything. You make what we are here today. So thank you very, very much. I do want to say, and I'm going to keep saying it this week, we are launching a new Discord channel next week with all of the bells and whistles. And if you want to come hang out with us and chill throughout the day, almost every day, well, it's 24/7, so yes, it's every day, then please become or consider being a subscriber to this channel or a Patreon backer. And you're going to get to see some real fun things over there in Discord. No, that's not me running naked through it, okay? It doesn't work that way. It's all virtual. So, again, thank you for hanging out. We're back tomorrow. We're going to continue working the BROCH. I'm really liking how it's turning out quite a bit. I just think that this thing coloured is just going to make my soul just so happy. So we're going to be back tomorrow. We're doing brick, okay? Or I guess piled stone. We're doing the stone walls. We're doing the details of the interior. We're doing what we do, okay? This is what we do. We do stupid details. And it doesn't matter, there's a cutaway. We're going to do it here as well. All the details. And I think that's it. All the details. So rejoin me tomorrow night. And thank you if you were here tonight. I love you all. I'll see you all tomorrow. And we will continue to create worlds. Create little homes. Little people. Put them into the homes. And then give them a little shitty job for them to work at. We do all that because we're gods and goddesses. I love you all. Thanks for hanging out with me. Seriously. I'll see you tomorrow night. Same time. Same block. Different stones. Until then. Night, everyone.